By the way guys, I got my visa in 2 days. I don't know what's happening here. Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you already see on the title, this is the most highly requested video, not on YouTube but on my Instagram, because I don't want to go back and forth replying to people with same answers. That I can just do a video, like a 15 minutes video, for them to just come here. If you follow me on Instagram, you already know I posted a video also already about Thailand. But if you follow me on Instagram, you already know that I spent a total of 12 days in Thailand. And I've gotten this question, like people asking what are the required documents to travel to Thailand, especially if you're traveling from Doha. I think it's best, before I do the Thailand vlog, I should at least post the required documents that you will need to travel to Thailand. I think it works the same from wherever you are. It's very easy. I got my visa within 2 days. As long as you have everything that they need, it's very easy for you. If you're new to my YouTube channel, my name is Julia Barbara. I'm Kenyan, based in Qatar. I talk about life in Qatar. I give information on how you can get a job and relocate to Doha. As well, I do travel vlogs, something like this. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for always clicking in. We have a good time here. And without wasting time, let's jump into today's video. So you watch the video till the end, and the next video that I will post, which will be about Thailand and places I visit in Thailand, if you're interested to know, or if you're planning to travel to Thailand. Come on over, let's pick up where we left off. So I've written everything down just to make it simple and very easy, very fast. I think this will apply to every part of the world and where you are planning to travel to Thailand from. I traveled to Thailand from Doha. And as a Kenyan, we definitely need a visa. And, you know, if you're living in Qatar, we have a privilege to travel to certain countries visa free, visa on arrival. But Thailand is not one of them. Most of the Asian countries are not one of them. But some countries we can just travel without a visa. So when I was planning my trip, and I went through every document required to go travel to Thailand, I realized I need a visa, and that's when I decided to apply for the visa from Thai embassy in Doha. And these are some of the required documents. Even with this information, you can also find it on their website. But I think sometimes people ask because they want to just know from the horse's mouth, because if you've been there, at least you have more information compared to anything that has been written, on their website. Maybe they might have like additional document that you have to submit, but to be honest, these are the only thing that I submitted to the embassy. But also there are some things that I will at least put down that you might need if you're coming from an African country traveling to Thailand. So the first document that you need is an application form, which you can download from their website. You can find this application form, so you have to download it, and you fill everything that is required on the application form. Once you finish doing the application form, you sign it. And another thing that you'll require for your visa application is 2 colored pictures, plain background, in a passport size. So you just go to their website and check which are the requirements, passport size for the pictures. And something else that you will need is a copy of your travel document, which is your passport. It has to be valid for the next 6 months, so you have to check when is your passport expiring before you even apply for the visa. And then something else that you require is a resident permit. So if you are in Kenya, or if you're in your country, like where you were born, I'm sure you don't need to renew your ID every year. But as a Qatar resident, we are not living here permanently. So I'm not a Qatari, I am a resident here, and I have to renew my resident permit every year. So usually our resident permit expires and we have to renew it. So if your permit is about to expire and you have like 3 months for it to expire, then you cannot apply for this visa. It has to be valid for more than 3 months. At least you can apply for the visa. That's something you have to check. I'm sure if you live in the Middle East, you understand this. And then something else that you will also need for your visa application is company letter. This letter has to be written by your boss, maybe HR, I don't know, someone in your company has to write this letter for you. You have to make sure when you're requesting for this document from your company, it has to state that from which year did you start to work with that company, your resident permit number, your name, your position at the company, and they have to sign and make sure they can at least prove that you will come back after your vacation. And another thing you have to note about applying for a Thai visa, you must have a salary of 3,000 riyals and above. Your salary cannot be less than 3,000 when you're going to apply for this visa. It has to be more than 3,000 riyals. So that's something you have to check. If you have a salary of 2,500 or 2,000 and something, I'm not sure, but it's even written on their website, you cannot apply for a visa. That's something you have to note before you apply. I don't know if you're applying for someone else, if this is a requirement, I don't know, but that's something which is required if you're applying from Qatar. And something else you have to also note down is you have to have a proof of bank statement from your company, but you have to get the bank statement from the bank and it has to be stamped by the bank. And so when you're requesting for a bank statement from your bank, this is you have to go to the bank yourself because you're the one having your card. You have to let them know that they have to stamp that bank statement, and they also have to sign the bank statement before you submit it to the embassy. This is very, very important. And also you have to have a balance of 3,000 riyals in that bank statement, or generally your bank has to have a balance of 3,000 riyal. That is compulsory. You cannot go there with a empty bank account. They will not give you a visa. Make sure you check on that before you submit your documents. And then something else you will need, which is very, very important, but you don't need to at least prove that you've booked your ticket. You need a flight ticket and a hotel booking. So for these two things, you just have to at least do a reservation or get a dummy ticket. What I did was, because the whole process you can do everything yourself, but with me, I went to the travel agency and I downloaded the application form. I fill in the application form. What I had to get from there, this is something that they didn't put on their website, but I just wanted to have it just in case. I had to get a travel insurance from the agency, which I paid like a 50 riyals. The reason I went to the agency is because I wanted to get a dummy ticket. So that's why I was saying you don't need to book a flight ticket or you don't need to book a hotel. This is something that even on the website they tell you don't book your flight or book your hotel because you never know if you'll get the visa. So they accept a dummy ticket. That's what I did. And something else that you will need is, this is something I think you should just have in hand. I'm not sure because at the embassy I was not asked for it, but at the airport I was asked for these documents. I don't know why, because in Thailand I was not asked for it. So it's your COVID certificate. I think they stated they have not mentioned the COVID certificate in their website, so that's why I didn't even take it with me. But at the airport, I was asked to submit my COVID certificate. This is Doha Airport. But when I arrived in Thailand, I was not asked for that document. So I'm not sure if it's a requirement, because you just have to go and check every time, because they update their requirements every time. So you just have to go to their website and check when you're planning to travel. But I think if you want to just be on the safe side, just carry the documents just in case. You never know. But at the embassy, you don't need to submit that document. You don't need a COVID certificate. For the travel insurance, it's something they have not stated in their website, but I just got it. This is something I'm just saying. It's not required in their website, but I just got it. Because sometimes these people don't write such things on their website, and then when you go to the embassy, they denied you a visa, and then they tell you didn't submit this document, but you don't have it in your website. So I just got it from the travel agency, and it was just 50 riyal, but it was something that was not required as a requirement for the visa application. Last but not least, you have to have application fee. Now, and about the bank statement, you have to submit a 3 months bank statement. I forgot to mention this, but you have to submit a 3 months bank statement, and it has to have a balance of 3,000 riyal, which is equivalent to 20,000 bahts. Make sure you check that also. And after all these documents, you just need your visa fee, which is 150. It's not that expensive, but it can be expensive to somebody else. And another thing that you need to know about the visa application is you don't need to book an appointment to visit the Thai embassy. All you need to do is just go in morning hours, submit your documents, and then once you submit your documents, they will let you know on when to come and pick up your passport, or if you've gotten the visa, they don't call you, they will just let you know exactly that time that you submit your documents. They will let you know when can you come and pick up your passport. For me, they just told me come on Sunday to pick up my passport. Was ready. I went there and I got my visa, so it took me like 2 days to just get my Thai visa. And then there is something that I was asked when I arrived at Thailand airport. I don't know if this is a requirement, but if you're coming from an African country, it's something that you should have it on hand, because they asked me for this document. But once I told them that I work in Qatar, and definitely I had that document to work in Qatar, they let me in, which is a yellow fever card. You have to have a yellow fever, because even when I was arriving, asked me when I was walking, or when I was taking the queue to the immigration, and then they called me and they told me, can you come, where are you from? And I told them I'm from Qatar, and they asked me, where are you originally from? And I say I'm Kenyan, and then they told me you have to go through this way. When I got to that place, they told me to go to, I was asked for a yellow fever, and I told them I don't have a yellow fever. It was not a required document when I was checking for the required documents, and they told me you need it. And then they asked me to wait for about 20 minutes. I was waiting there, and then they took my ID. They went with my ID, and they told them I had the yellow fever, but I have the yellow fever because you cannot work in Qatar if you're coming from Kenya without a yellow fever. I just went and sat down because I was waiting to see what will happen. And after 20 minutes, they called me, and then they told me, okay, we just checked your documents, and I think we are free to, to enter Thailand. And finally, I could at least rest, because I was wondering, like, what is this yellow fever thing, because I didn't see it anywhere. But they have a board written, like, if you're coming from South Africa. I didn't see Kenya, but I don't know, maybe they assumed I'm South African or something, I don't know, but they mentioned African country. I can't remember which country exactly. So if you're traveling from an African country, make sure you just have a yellow fever to be on the safe side. From there, I just went to the immigration and did everything, showed my passport, and I was good to go. It was a very smooth, apart from the yellow fever thing, but it was a very, very smooth. To just have the Thailand visa, for me, it was very, very easy. I didn't go through any issue or something. I had all the documents they wanted, so I was just okay. So guys, if you're planning to visit Thailand, just go on their website. I will put the link on this video on the description box. Go on to their website, and maybe I'll put even some of the documents that I had to submit, like extra documents, just in case you can just have it. Something like COVID certificate, and if you're planning to travel there and you're from Africa, at least get the yellow fever, just have it in hand, because you can see I didn't have it, and they asked me at the airport. I don't know why. So it's something that you should at least check. Yeah, so far those are the documents that you will need to travel to Thailand, and I'm sure if you're okay, you'll get the visa. It's very easy to get Thai visa. I hope you've watched this video till the end. If you did, make sure you leave a like, share, comment. You can ask me any question on the comment section, and you can find more information on the description box down below. The link for the website, it will be also down below. I hope to see you on my next one, and don't forget to watch my next video, because it will be the Thailand vlog. Bye.